right, man. I think I seen an article and I try to put it on a video, put it on the screen about the Bucks and their plans to use their first round pick to possibly in 2029 though to possibly acquire Tyronn Lue. That's what they're saying might be the compensation. It was talk about that. I know y'all like, oh, what they gotta do with the Pistons? Well, also they may use that 2029 first round pick to try to get Bogdanović to the Detroit Pistons. But let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. So let me speak on the Tyronn Lue side of things. Now I couldn't remember what team. I think I was talking on this channel. I couldn't remember. Don't forget, check out my main channel, Goodfella TV. Check me out on TikTok, all that stuff, right? Spotify, the whole nine. Back just started itching. But yeah, man, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's the Bucks are interested in possibly the Bucks. Jesus Christ, it was the Bucks and the Suns. So yeah, I think it was the Suns, the team that I heard, or I think of both of them I heard previously. I couldn't remember. And so obviously, you know, Steve Ballmer would have to give them permission. He got the arena open up, the interview, because he under contract. He got the arena opening up out there in Inglewood too, which apparently is a huge part of gentrification. I mean, you ask yourself, how much can California impact gentrification across the country, especially when we start talking about Texas, Arizona, Colorado, Utah, places like that. I mean, and if you're young, you don't understand what I'm talking about, man. Learn it now. I mean, especially if you living in Detroit, or you living somewhere where you land contracting or you mortgaging, or you can get on Detroit, the Detroit, you know, land bank and all that. You can get on there now. Go buy you something. They got, you know, you know, some honest contractor, which that is totally don't go together. Or you can do some work, or you can find a house where you can kind of move in a foreclosure, that you can move into and fix it up a little bit and own it. Man, this property the next 10 years is gonna jump maybe 5 to 10 times in value. A house that you probably can get for 30, 40,000. And with all the programs they got, man, that shit gonna be worth about $250,000, man, by the time you 10, 15, 20 years, and you ain't gotta even be in the real estate game just to make that quick flip. Your house gonna be worth $250,000 because, you know, people from the suburbs, they taking back the city. If you go look at these old high schools yearbooks, you know, whatever high school still around, all them early years in the school, people was white. They coming to take it back. You see Mexican white people moving in. So if you can get 2 or 3 of them, or, you know, I got to get into doing a real estate class as well too. That's the move, especially in the city of Detroit. Especially if you just get one, that could change your life. You buy it, get another one, rent that out, get another one. I mean, you know, but yeah, that stadium is open up, I believe, in Inglewood, not too far from SoFi. And they said SoFi Stadium jumped the rent up in Inglewood like high, and the property up in Inglewood, and now that they saying that this new Clipper Stadium is gonna do the same thing, and the Forum still own it. People that own Madison Square Garden own the Forum. So a lot of people don't know that they renovate the Forum and they do some things there. So apparently, you know, and then you say, well, what they got to do with everybody else? So when Californians can't afford to stay in California, they go other places and they hike the property and the rent up. Now you see in Texas used to be very affordable to live in, affordable property back in the 90s and early 2000s. Now Californians are going down to Texas, going down to Arizona, and they jumping their property up. And now you seeing a hike in price from one area, and they can have hikes all the way to Houston, all the way to Atlanta, all the way to the South. And that's kind of the thing. They want to push the urban black people back down south. That's what they want to do. They want, you know, where it's more affordable. But once you start going down south to Nashville, when you start going back down south to Dallas, now all them prices are looking like these prices up here. It's not as affordable to live in the South as it once was in certain areas. You go to Charlotte, it's a beautiful place. They got a lot of great things there. I'm thinking about going there, right? But then again, they got a lot of homeless people there too, because you know that pandemic done tore everything up and shot everything up. So you really got it. It's really damn near created, especially since that recession in the late 2000s. It's created to be in two income households minimum. That's what it is now. Whether it's your roommate, your girlfriend, whatever. It's what it's That's what they designed it to be. But if you ain't hip on this type of stuff, learn about it. You don't need any money to start real estate, from what I understand. So I gotta get up on it too. But yeah, that's crazy. So you think of places, Southern California is already expensive to live. Now it's about to be a little bit more expensive. And then you go up to Northern California, it's way more expensive in tech areas. So in tech land. So yeah, man. I mean, that's one of the benefits about living in Detroit and in some of these metropolitan suburban cities in Detroit, or suburban communities in Detroit, man. Is the cost of living. The cost of living is cheap and opportunistic, but yeah. So he may not like Tyronn Lugo. They still, according to the article, they still plan to compete for championship. So I don't know how. Paul George is injury prone, Kawhi injury prone. So, but he got that new stadium opening up. He need to sell tickets, but I'm not sure when it's gonna open up. But nonetheless, but also the article shifted to where, well, the Bucks may not, they may not be in position to give up that 2029 first round pick. They may send it to Detroit for Bojan Bogdanović. Now, me personally, I'm not trying to wait to 2029 for a first round pick, but I'm gonna make a case for it in a second. But do you want to move Bogdanović? One, I like Bogdanović coming off the bench as a spark plug. I like that. You need that. You need that guy off the bench that's gonna be instant offense. You need it. Now you can go out there and try to sign Kobe White, and he can be that spark plug from the guard position, where you just give him the green light to go crazy off the bench. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's gonna want to go somewhere and be opportunistic and start. But I think Bogdanović is really good off the bench. And just let him go out there and do what he do. Score. Let Burke go out there, stretch the floor, and you surround him with some good defenders and guys that support what they do on that second team. But putting him in the starting lineup is just a defensive liability for them. And Jeremy Grant became a defensive liability because he didn't want to defend no more. So everybody talking about bringing back Jeremy Grant. I'm gonna speak on that. And once again, he became a defensive liability. I'm not paying him all that money, and he's not gonna do what he was brought here to do, and that was defend. Not score and take shots away from Cade and Jay Knight. You don't need no more guys that's gonna score. If guys gonna score, it's gonna be secondary, and they gotta be able to defend at a high level. You need guys that's gonna stretch that floor and catch and shoot. Stretch the floor, defend, catch and shoot. That's it. That's why I was kind of making the case for Porzingis. A lot of people don't like it. Everybody injury prone in the NBA. One thing you know about Porzingis, he gonna stretch the floor, he gonna shoot, and he gonna give you elite rim protection. And he good enough to be on the perimeter, and him and Durant good enough, I think, to figure it out on the perimeter. It's an interesting fit, but it's a better fit than Kyle Kuzma, who don't defend anything and can't shoot. But trading that 2029 pick, the good thing about it, what if Giannis leave and Milwaukee's in a tailspin? You got to look at the trajectory of Milwaukee. Now they can make a move, and Marshawn Beauchamp can grow into his own. I think Jordan Poole started all over there, and they traded him to Golden State, and they could have really used him right now. But no telling, he probably wouldn't have had the same development in Golden State as he did in Milwaukee, right? But the good thing about it, if Giannis leave, Drew Holiday, he ain't no spring chicken. Chris Middleton, he ain't no spring chicken. I don't even know if they're going to bring him back. He all broken down and injury prone. Like, let's say Giannis said, well, y'all can't do anything for me. I'm about to leave. Well, now in 2029, that pick, I want no protection. I want this pick no matter what. Now that pick might be looking very, very good for the far future. So, so from that aspect, if I can't get no immediate relief, and guess what? Most people say, well, I don't need no pick this year. We need a veteran. Which they have the money to get the veteran. They have the means to absorb a contract like Tobias here, so they just want to get somebody and just try to show them off and deal them at the trade deadline. They have multiple options right now. But I think the greatest option for the Pistons is trying to figure out how to win right now. But if you can set yourself up for success down the road, I think you do it. And you don't get any better option for Bogdanović than that. But if you hell-bent on moving them, I guess that would, I would consider that. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.